The human brain is a marvel of nature. It's an intricate network of neurons and synapses, constantly working to process information, control bodily functions, and enable us to think, feel, and experience the world around us. It's a complex organ capable of astonishing feats. From solving complex mathematical problems to creating works of art, the brain's capabilities are truly extraordinary. But what's even more remarkable is its ability to change throughout life. This adaptability is not just limited to early development, but continues well into old age. This is the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's power to reorganize itself. Neuroplasticity allows the brain to form new neural connections, compensate for injury, and adjust its activities in response to new situations or changes in the environment. For a long time, scientists believed that the brain was fixed after childhood. They thought that once we reached a certain age, our brain's structure and function were set in stone. They thought we were born with a set number of brain cells and that was it. This belief led to the assumption that any damage to the brain was permanent and that learning new skills or recovering from brain injuries was nearly impossible. However, groundbreaking research has shattered this myth. Studies have shown that the brain is much more dynamic and capable of change than previously thought. We now know that the brain can adapt and grow throughout our lives. This means that learning new skills, recovering from injuries, and even improving cognitive functions are possible at any age. This discovery has profound implications. It opens up new possibilities for education, rehabilitation, and personal development. It means we are not prisoners of our genes or our past experiences. We have the power to shape our brains and, by extension, our lives. Our brains can change for the better, no matter our age, whether it's learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, or simply staying mentally active. We can all benefit from the brain's incredible ability to adapt. The journey of understanding neuroplasticity is like exploring a new world. It's a world full of potential and opportunities, where the limits of what we can achieve are constantly being redefined. It's a world full of hope, where we can unlock our brain's hidden potential and live richer, more fulfilling lives. By embracing the concept of neuroplasticity, we can take control of our mental and emotional well-being and continue to grow and evolve throughout our lives. The brain's incredible journey begins even before we are born. It is a marvel of nature, a complex organ that starts its development in the earliest stages of life. From the moment of conception, a symphony of activity unfolds within the developing womb. Cells begin to divide and specialize, forming the basic structure of what will become the brain. This process is guided by a precise genetic blueprint, ensuring that each neuron finds its place. Neurons, the brain's messengers, are generated at an astonishing rate, forming intricate networks that will shape our abilities and personalities. These networks are the foundation of our cognitive functions, from basic reflexes to complex thoughts. The brain's plasticity during this period is remarkable, allowing it to adapt and reorganize in response to new experiences. During infancy and childhood, the brain is a whirlwind of growth. Synapses, the connections between neurons, are formed at a rapid pace, creating a dense network of communication pathways. This period is marked by a high degree of neuroplasticity, meaning the brain is highly responsive to environmental stimuli. New connections are constantly being made as we explore the world around us. Every interaction, every new experience contributes to the brain's development. Play, in particular, is a crucial activity that stimulates cognitive growth, social skills, and emotional regulation. Every sight, sound, and touch stimulates the brain, creating new pathways. Sensory experiences are vital for the development of the brain's architecture. The more diverse the stimuli, the richer the neural connections become, enhancing the brain's capacity to process information. This period is crucial for language development, sensory processing, and motor skills. The brain's language centers are particularly active, absorbing the sounds and structures of language from the environment. Sensory play helps integrate different types of sensory input, which is essential for learning and development. The brain is like a sponge, soaking up information and experiences that will lay the foundation for future learning. Reading, for example, not only improves literacy but also enhances cognitive functions such as memory and concentration. Physical activities like walking help develop motor skills and coordination. As we enter adolescence, the brain undergoes another wave of significant change. This is a period of synaptic pruning, where the brain eliminates weaker connections to strengthen the more frequently used ones. This process makes the brain more efficient and specialized. This is a time of intense emotional development and risk-taking behavior. The limbic system, which is involved in emotional responses, is highly active, while the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, is still maturing. This imbalance can lead to the heightened emotions and risk-taking behaviors often seen in teenagers. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, is still maturing. This part of the brain continues to develop into our mid-20s, gradually improving our ability to plan, make decisions, and control impulses. Understanding this developmental timeline can help us support adolescents as they navigate this critical phase of brain development. Imagine a garden overgrown with plants. The dense foliage, while lush and vibrant, can become chaotic and unmanageable if left unattended. The plants compete for sunlight, water, and nutrients, often resulting in a tangled mess where none can truly thrive. To help it flourish, a gardener needs to prune away excess growth, carefully selecting which branches to cut and which to nurture. This process allows the remaining plants to receive more light and resources, promoting healthier and more robust growth, allowing the strongest plants to thrive. The garden, once overgrown and chaotic, transforms into a well-organized and flourishing space, where each plant has the opportunity to reach its full potential. Similarly, our brains undergo a process called synaptic pruning. This is a natural and essential part of brain development, particularly during the early years of life and adolescence. During childhood and adolescence, the brain forms an abundance of connections more than we actually need. These connections, or synapses, are the pathways through which neurons communicate with each other, more than we actually need. This overproduction of synapses is the brain's way of preparing for the vast array of experiences and learning opportunities that lie ahead. Synaptic pruning is the brain's way of refining these connections. It is a selective process where the brain eliminates weaker, less used pathways, strengthening the ones we use most often. It eliminates weaker, less used pathways, strengthening the ones we use most often. This selective pruning ensures that the brain's resources are focused on the most efficient and effective neural circuits. This process is essential for efficient brain function. By refining and optimizing our neural networks, synaptic pruning allows us to process information more quickly and accurately. It allows us to process information more quickly and make better decisions. The streamlined neural pathways enable faster communication between different parts of the brain, enhancing our cognitive abilities. The prefrontal cortex, in particular, undergoes significant pruning. This area of the brain is responsible for higher-order functions such as planning, reasoning, and self-control, leading to improved planning, reasoning, and self-control. As the prefrontal cortex matures and becomes more efficient, we develop better decision-making skills and the ability to regulate our emotions and behaviors. Just like a gardener shapes a garden, our experiences shape our brains. The activities we engage in, the challenges we face, and the skills we practice all influence which neural connections are strengthened and which are pruned away. The connections we use most become stronger, while those we neglect wither away. This dynamic process allows our brains to adapt to our changing environments and needs. This is why it's so important to engage in stimulating activities and challenge ourselves throughout life. By continually learning and experiencing new things, we keep our brains active and healthy, ensuring that our neural garden remains vibrant and well-tended. Neuroplasticity is the brain's remarkable ability to change its structure and function in response to experience. It's the key to learning new skills, recovering from injuries, and even enhancing our cognitive abilities. One of the most compelling examples of neuroplasticity is the case of London taxi drivers. These drivers undergo rigorous training to memorize the city's complex layout, and studies have shown that this training actually increases the size of their hippocampus, the brain region responsible for spatial navigation. Learning a new language is another powerful way to stimulate neuroplasticity. Research has shown that bilingualism can enhance cognitive flexibility, improve memory, and even delay the onset of age-related cognitive decline. Even simple activities like reading, playing games, and engaging in social interaction can help keep our brains sharp. The key is to constantly challenge ourselves and learn new things throughout life. As we age, it's natural for our brains to change. The aging process can lead to a gradual decline in certain cognitive abilities such as processing speed and working memory. However, this is not the whole story. The aging brain also has its strengths. Older adults often have a wealth of knowledge and experience to draw upon. They tend to be better at regulating their emotions, making wise decisions, and seeing the bigger picture. Moreover, the brain continues to be plastic throughout life. This means that even in older adulthood, we can still learn new things, improve our cognitive skills, and adapt to new challenges. The key to maintaining a healthy brain as we age is to stay mentally, physically, and socially active. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and engaging in stimulating activities can all help protect our cognitive function and enhance our overall well-being.